Morning, Joe. Morning, everybody. Starting a little early today, as always. Got a lot of stuff going on, so I wanted to, and I have a little extra time, so before we get down Fairweather, wanted to kind of give you guys some updates on what I do know or don't know about what's going on this part of town. As you can see, we're next to the fire department. New fire department building is in the distance there. And if you can hear me loud and clear, let me know, and let me know where you're watching from. And then those big piles of rock is the old town hall property, I believe. And then the church property. So these three empty lots are the church, the town hall, and the fire department building, which is being built. And then as soon as the fire department building is built, the property on the back end of the fire department property is going to be sold off. Morning, Kevin. And then as you go across the street there by Chapel Street, that's where the food truck park is planned to be built. And from what I understand, there's a lawsuit that was filed against that, so I do have to check into that and get the details, trying to stop the food truck park from being built there. Of course, you got Mom's parking lot here, still going strong. I was trying to figure out where the Shamrock was, if I'm anywhere near where the Shamrock was, or you get kind of twisted around when things, it's been so long since things were around. I want to thank Michael Stewart, PE, for sponsoring the Walkaround this morning, going down Fairweather. We have Surfers for Autism taking place at Crescent Family Beach Park, which is right next to Margaritaville. And that, I believe, starts at 8 o'clock. So if you have time to come on down, and it's really a great event on Fort Myers Beach. I think Mike Hammond from Lee County said he was, the last time they held it on Fort Myers Beach was before COVID. So they were getting set up earlier today. Beach access is over here, and beach parking, $20 for the day. I'm going to take a walk through the Sandy Bottom parking lot, then head down Fairweather, see what's going on down there. There were several properties on the mayor's list to be demolished on Fairweather, so we're going to see what's going on with them. It's a lovely street, Fairweather. We're looking down Mango Street here, the Mango Street Inn, some new construction. By the way, very clean bathrooms. Thank you very much, Dawn and Mike. Morning to everybody. This is where I ran into Dave at Remover Pros. He was dropping off this toilet, which is going to be part of the Mullet Fest, August 1st through the 3rd. I just happen to have a few stickers in my truck. A lot of bugs out today. Our show is at 11 o'clock. We are raising a lot of money for the Brown family for that tragic accident that took place last week. I just talked to Daniel on the phone. We're trying to coordinate dropping off of the checks. By the way, David Remover Pros donated $400, just pulled it right out of his wallet. And I updated the post. Hopefully I won't get kicked off today. Updated the post. ERA Lahaina Realty is also donating $575. So that was almost $1,000 just in the 15 minutes I've been here. So for those that don't know, this is Sandy Bottoms, and there's going to be a giant tiki hut right outside here where you see all these tables set up. It's going to come all the way out to the sidewalk here. So when they get the whale open down the street, just coming along nice. The next project will be Sandy Bottom, and the tiki hut out here. They still have events down here on the weekend and stuff. Let's see what's going on inside. Oh yeah, we got work being done in there. All right, so we're going to take a walk down Fairweather. See what's going on down there. Lots of different colors on Fairweather. Is this the Shamrock lot? Totally twisted around. Does anybody remember where that was? All right, so this is what's confusing to me. Last weekend, when Dan came on the show on Sunday, I asked him to bring a list because people are starting to get upset about structures not being taken care of. And I swear these structures right here were on his list on Fairweather. 119, 127, but they're fixed up and they're rented out. See if I can get the correct address. That's a great looking structure right there. I don't want to miss any. This is when you need Alex around to tell you about all these great looking buildings. Yeah, 129. I think it was all of these buildings he had on his demo list. So there was 13 of them, and these two, this whole lot, was on the list. And obviously they fixed it up and they're being rented out, so I wonder how many others on his list are invalid. Great colors here, a little pink house. Bartow, Polly's in Bartow. What color is that? Is that blue? I think these are Peter Albert's houses that he's building. Lovely landscaping here. This is the street you want to live on when you live on a beach, Fairweather, with all these different colors. It's got a permit for this one. I also pinned the fundraiser post to the top of our Facebook page today. Hopefully I'll be allowed to edit it and add as more people start to donate. Our goal is $10,000 for the fundraiser. I checked the GoFundMe for the family. I think it was at 30. It may have been over 30. The Blue Palm Coastal Vacation Properties has a lot of these nice structures here. Within walking distance of the beach, obviously. All these houses are in walking distance of the beach. The Island Girl. We're on Fairweather if you're just tuning in. This is, some people say the beach is never going to be the same. Whoever says that, take a ride down Fairweather so you can see all the different buildings. Some big houses, some little houses. Every single color you can think of. I wonder if they said, listen, you guys are going to be green, so we're going to be purple next door, and if you're going to be purple, we're going to be yellow. Unless it's all owned by the same person. So today we have Dawn and Marcel on. They're pretty much the brains behind the Mullet Fest. So they're coming on at 11. Then we have the folks from the Tiki Tour coming on to talk about a fundraiser they're doing for the Guardians of Florida. They do a lot of work with the Guardians of Florida Pet Rescue, which is where we got Petey, who, by the way, Kim says while she was away for her 10 days, I overfed, so now he's a big fat little dog. Nice little outside there. Morning from Pennsylvania. Morning, Wendy. Let's see. What was that question up there? Yeah, no, it is a lovely day here. You're right, Jan. Iowa stormy. See, summer's still being worked on. The majority of the houses on this street, though, are done and look great. The turtle nest. Morning. Friends Debbie. This is lovely here. They got a nice pool in the back. I'm sure they don't mind. How are you? Good? Showing off the pool here. You can go online and check out the turtle nest on Fairweather. A lovely little setup here. Barbecues in the back, pool in the back. These guys put a lot of money refurbishing these after the storm, and they look great. Candy David says it's her favorite place. Turtle Nest FMB. There you go. Got a QR code there. Great idea. And a phone number, 463-0078. Sea Gypsy takes care of it for these guys, Debbie and Tim. They also have a place on Hibiscus. There you go, mermaid tails. Never get them enough of this stuff. Love it, love it. I'm gonna walk all the way down to the water. We've had businesses for this fundraiser that have called from all the way from Naples to Pine Island. 2 businesses in Pine Island, a business in Naples, one on Bonita Beach Road, all want to help out. And our goal today is $10,000. Not going to say anything negative today. Promise. Nothing at all. To the beach. See that? Judy had a great 2-month stay there. Very nice, Judy. Yes, Debbie and Tim are very nice. Anybody know the name of that building? I always forget. Condo building down here. Hello, Elise. I think these are also Peter's, if I'm not mistaken. Man, they are nice. You don't want to walk on anyone's private property. Little house at the end here, big house at the end here, and there's the water, nice and quiet, very cool. All right, head back up. Let's see, got some time. If you guys want to see the beach, just let me know. We'll walk over to the beach. Then we're going to head over to say hi to the folks at the Island Pancake House. Love those guys. And then see if they need any help at the Surface for Autism, which is right next to where we're doing the show today. You can also, I forgot to mention that Brian and Michelle from Current Riders are coming down with the bike. If you go on their Facebook page, they're taking donations of $25. You don't have to be present to win. You don't even have to live here. All 100% of the money, they're donating the bike. 100% of the money is going to the Brown family. And they've set it up where you can donate by PayPal or Zelle. And they don't have a Venmo account. So we're working with them. If you only use Venmo, we're working at where you can Venmo me and I will transfer it to them into their PayPal account. So it's $25 for one ticket. Last time I checked, they had about 50 registrations. So if you buy 4 tickets, obviously you get 4 sheets with your name on it put in the hat to win the bike. All right, Carla. All right, Dawn. Well, I knew you were going to say yes. Man, every time I run on that beach, I realize how much nicer it is from that beach renourishment. Man, it's so much bigger, especially when you get down to the Times Square area. And you remember how close it was up to that restaurant right by the pier. There were times where the water, you couldn't even walk past that restaurant. Now it's so far out there. Hopefully it'll stay out there for a while. Morning, Jim. Jim's little Friday flashback has been missing until yesterday. What was the song yesterday, Jim? It's been a pretty quiet July. You know, it's a pretty quiet July when the number one story everybody's talking about is one picture on the screen at a Coldplay concert. Yep. Del Mar. Ron, I'm not coming down Del Mar. You'll run me over with your bike. On the beach, the town council and all the committees don't meet in July, so like I said, you know it's slow when I'm watching the Marco Island Town Council meeting. Folks, I'm going to tell you what. Fort Myers Beach has their shit together when it comes to the town council and the town managers, even though they've had some turnover. And welcome back to Joe Onzik as the finance director. But watching the Marco Island Town Council meeting, the chairman of the board is 86 years old or 82 years old. Whatever, he's old. There's nothing, I have nothing against old people. He got arrested for DWI or DUI last year. And one of the other council members was saying, you know, accusing him of being like Joe Biden, like he's lost all his faculties, right at a meeting. I mean, one thing this town council does on the beach is you'll never see anybody insult each other the way they have no problem with it on Marco Island. It was quite entertaining. You see this angle here, you see how cool the colors are. Got to give Peter credit. I hope those are his houses because he's really keeping the beach vibe going. All right, we're going to take a walk out on the beach. We are going to get a tour a couple of those houses when they're ready. And don't forget, we also have our 7th anniversary party coming up at the Fins Up Pool in Margaritaville. All our free passes to the party are gone. They do have a special room rate for that Sunday. It's August 10th, which is also 2 days away from Kim's birthday, by the way. I don't need to get her any gifts. I bought her a rake yesterday for the house, so she's good to go. I gotta recheck the list. Well, you guys saw I put it on the Friday newsletter at the top that these were on the demo list. 3111 Shell Mound is definitely on the demo list because I talked to a neighbor and she said nothing is being done over there. See, somebody knows how to take care of their lot. Very pretty. All right, let's go across. See what we got. This is EIBC's parking lot, I believe, across the street. No, Neptune. Yeah, Neptune parking lot. They are rebuilding. EIBC is down by the Diamond Head a little. Folks, please remember to follow us on YouTube. We also have an Instagram account. I guess I'll go over here. Because I don't know what's going on with the Facebook algorithms lately, but when I post too much, they close me out from posting. Morning. Morning. And I think what it was, when I was constantly updating the fundraiser for the Brown family, somehow the algorithms on Facebook read it as spam, and they were trying to prevent me from spamming which is so stupid, because if people think I'm spamming them, they could just unfollow the page. So it didn't seem like it lasted but a few hours, but obviously I was panicking because I had people calling saying, you know, we're going to donate this amount of money, and you want to put them on the list because you want to give them all credit for it. So I pinned the post to the top of the page and put updates in there. So we're on Twitter, or whatever the hell it's called now. So you can follow us there. We have an Instagram page, but I've been posting the same stuff from Beach Talk Radio on my personal page, just in case it happens again. And of course the YouTube channel, which is where we're able to broadcast the shows simultaneously, Facebook and YouTube, on Saturday and Sunday. Cool. Now that's beach living right there. Right on the water. This is the beach you're all missing right now. The weather is perfect today. The beach renourishment is almost done. Please stop bitching about when is it going to be done. It will be done. Look at how long the beach is, everyone. Morning, Marie. Yeah, you got that right, Marcia. As soon as you see, one of the things I've learned is as soon as you see one or two get involved, everybody wants to get involved, and I think that's a great thing. And I'm honored to be an outlet to get everybody together to be able to do that. It's nice to be somebody that everybody can trust, that everyone, you know, all the money is going to be turned over to the family. I got a call from the person that organized the GoFundMe account, and he's like, do you want to talk to the father? Do you want to talk to the father? And I'm like, oh man, I don't think so. I mean, you guys know me. I'd start crying on the phone. So I said, no, we're just trying to figure out where the checks get made out to. Now, we did a fundraiser a few months back for, unfortunately, somebody else that got killed, and the mom is coming on the show tomorrow. So please tune in at 10 o'clock tomorrow, because she really wants to thank everybody. That's going to be at Wahoo Willie's, where you can come down and have breakfast at Wahoo Willie's. Just going to take a walk around this operation here. These guys did a fantastic job making this beach what it is. Yes, it does, Nicole. Yes, it does. And you can probably, I don't know if you can see down there is where they're setting up right now for the Surfers for Autism. So once again, if you have a chance, if you're on the beach and you have a chance to stop by, it really is a great event for the kids. They get out there, really helps them. They love the, and I say kids, but it's anybody with autism. They have volunteers that help them get in the water. Obviously the water is not really like the Hawaii kind of surfing thing, but it's very, from what I was told last week or 2 weeks ago by Mike, maybe it was last week, very relaxing. Let's see what we got going on here. This is a pumper. The pipes can't run all the way from one end of the beach to the other from where they're getting the sand from, so they pump it all the way wherever they are right now, finishing up. This is one of the pump stations that helps push it along. That's what I've learned from watching Chad's videos. Hope Chad got a raise, Jim. He deserves a raise. Look at that beach, everybody. It's a loud pumper too. All right, it's a busy day on the beach, busy weekend on the beach. Trying to remember if I forgot anything. I want to thank Michael Stewart for sponsoring the Walkaround. Our show begins at 11 today. Kim's hair looks fabulous as always. She's going to talk about her vacation in Utah. And that crazy zip line stuff. Oh, there's a good shot of it right there. And then tomorrow at 10 o'clock at Wahoo Willie's. If you'd like to make a donation to the Brown family, you can stop off either at our show today, and we'll bring it over, or just go over to Mr. Waves, which, as you know, is at the base of the bridge, and they're having a celebration of life. I think it's 3 o'clock today, but just double check on their website to be sure what time it is. All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I know there's a lot of other stuff you could be doing on a Saturday morning. So we will see you over. I hope this isn't private. We'll see you over at Wahoo Willie's later on this morning. Thanks again to Michael Stewart, and thanks to everybody for tuning in. And you have a great day. Bye-bye.